What's up, everybody? It's your Queen Kilo, and this is Unruly Conception. Back with another episode. Today, I'm doing a story time, so that means it's going to be me, myself, and I, solo dolo, telling you all a little bit more about myself. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed talking, because it's took me a minute to think of which story I wanted to tell you guys. But I think I'm gonna go with one of the most recent. So after the intro, I'm gonna let it go. Do me a favor and roll up something and let's get it started. Y'all, I cannot get enough of that. I don't care if y'all like it or not, because I love it enough for me. Every time I play it, I'm like, oh, that's a vibe. Yes. But anyway, let's get started. Okay. I I don't even know where to start, but I want to talk about my trip to the DR, the Dominican Republic. It was a very unexpected yet well um, trip for me. The intention was to go with someone close to me and their mother, but both of their flights got canceled. So it ended up just being me. And anybody that knows me knows that I do not like being out in public, especially by myself. It gives me bad nerves. I have really bad social anxiety as a side effect from PTSD. So I have a hard time um, with thinking that people are out to get me. So when I'm out in public, I feel like I almost need to have something to calm my nerves. So I'll drink, I smoke, or whatever. I know these aren't good things, and this is not a solution to my anxiety. So I don't recommend anyone else to do it. But at the moment when I first discovered that I was going to be somewhere in a foreign country by myself, I freaked. I panicked. I had panic attack. I couldn't breathe. My chest was hurting. Like it was just too much. And granted, I speak a little bit of Spanish, un poquito, but not a lot. But luckily, the 11 years that I've been taking Spanish, I've learned enough to be able to communicate with them. And of course, they speak English too. So I'm communicating with them and, just staying aware of my social surroundings, something that I learned in the military. You always want to be aware of your surroundings. So it was a little, imagine how I was feeling though. Like, oh my God, can I drink? Can I not drink? Should I let my guard down? Should I not? It was just a lot. So on the way to the hotel, I was riding in like an unmarked cab, and I was staying on a resort, but before I got to the resort, you see the real DR, and it is just like any other island. That almost kind of mm, I don't want to say poor, but not like it's a different vibe. So you can tell that I'm not from there. So I was nervous, like, oh my God, what if he's gonna kidnap me? I don't have any signal because my phone didn't work over there. Um, I was just freaking out. So the whole car ride, I started recording. I started recording stuff out the window, like everything I saw, not only so I could remember how to get to where I was going or from where I was going just in case something happened, but just so you know that I could have that geolocation saved in my phone. I could have these records of who I was riding with and everything like that. And people may say I did too much, but I think it was necessary, especially for me to be a single black female in another country. To me, it only felt necessary. So while I'm checking in the hotel, I'm seeing everything is luxurious. It's like beautiful. It's like a castle. You see a different side of the island when you're off the resort than you do on the resort. But on the resort was so beautiful, and you don't have to leave. It was all inclusive, and I don't know if my travelers have do all inclusive or not. I feel like it's the only way to go now that I've done it. But I've been traveling for quite some time now, and this was the first time I had ever stayed in an all inclusive resort. And let me tell you, food anytime, like room service, alcohol everywhere. Everything is included. You can drink as much as you want, drink wherever. Like they have bars everywhere, in the pool, in the cafeteria, in the hotel lobby, everywhere. So guess what? Your girl was drunk the whole time. Not too drunk where I couldn't protect myself, but I could feel that I was starting to feel a little bit safer. Everyone that worked at the resort started recognizing me. Like, oh, you're that girl that's alone. So it made me even more nervous. But then I was like, okay, everybody knows that I'm alone. That's not good. But they were looking out for me at the same time. So I didn't want to leave the resort since I was there alone, but I had an opportunity to go on an excursion, and I cannot pass up no good excursion, honey. So we went dune buggy riding on dune buggies, and it was so interesting. I really wish that the people that were supposed to come with me came. I wish that I could have brought all of my friends with me because it's definitely something that you don't want to miss out on. And me personally, I will say, traveling is my vice. I don't care what you got. Like the most I'm gonna spend my money on is gonna be for traveling. It's either traveling or food. And I'm a foodie, so like I was looking forward to that. But next time when I go back, I'm gonna make sure I go with people. And make sure that we all get our tickets on the same time. So if somebody's flight is canceled, all of our flight is canceled. But I really felt like that was a sign from God because He knew that no matter how much I've been traveling these past couple of years or how much I love to travel, internationally traveling alone has never been my thing. When I'm driving, I'm not alone because I got my gun. And when, and when I and when I'm flying, I'm not alone because I make sure that I'm traveling with somebody else. So it was definitely something that I would have never done on my own, but I was glad that it happened. I wasn't glad that it would happen because I really wanted to spend the time with the birthday girl and everybody and enjoy it with people. It definitely would have been more fun if I went with other people, but I had a good period of time to do some reflecting. And yes, I had my laptop there, so my nerd ass, yes, I did do homework too, but not a lot, just enough to, you know, make sure I was doing what wasn't lacking on nothing. But drinking, that was my thing. I wake up, I go to the cafeteria, eat breakfast. They had buffet style, any type of food, every type of food. None of it was like authentic type of food, so I wasn't really eating much anyway because I'm trying to look good in my little bikini. So, so it wasn't like my main thing, but I would have liked to have some really good Dominican food. So definitely want to try that next time. I got to pet a monkey. I got to take pictures with the monkey, and everybody that seen the picture told me to bring the monkey back. But let me tell y'all, I wanted that monkey so bad. I really did, and there was just no way I could have got it. He was the only mean person. Everybody else that was out there, when you go on tours or trips and there's always the people that want to sell you something and they basically harass you to try to sell you whatever it is. Most of the time, like if you're in Paris, it'll be the Africans, or if you're in like anywhere, basically, everywhere you go, there's people trying to sell you something. That's how they are. That's how they are still here at the resort. But man, you talking about compliments? I was getting compliments that I have never even heard. They were calling me all type of beautiful, bonita, morenita. I was like, ooh, no, you know, cappuccino, coffee. Look, I kept telling them I was dark skinned. They kept saying, no, you more of a cappuccino, you morenita. Girl, boy, whoever's listening, they love me. They love them some me. And they thought I was Dominican too. So I felt a little, I, s- it was crazy because I started speaking to them in Spanish, but I speak it a little bit slower than them and I understand it, but I can't reply fast enough. So they just kept, if they look at me and see that I look like a Dominican, which is what they were saying, and then I start speaking Spanish, they assume. So they just were going, going, going. I'm like, oh, 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 oh. That's despacito. Felt like Justin Bieber up in there, but whether it was good, I mean, whether my Spanish was good or not, it was enough for me to understand what they were saying and for them to understand what I was saying. Because yes, some of them didn't speak English that good, so they asked me to speak a little bit slower. So I was like, well, we can exchange. You speak English to me, I'll speak Spanish to you, and we. Let me tell you, the best lesson ever. It was so fun. Um, I was able to get in the water at the pool, go to the beach, enjoy some of the food, meet some of the people. A lot of the men were inviting me to go off of the resort and get some real Dominican food and go do some real dancing and stuff. And as tempting as it was, I could not bring myself to do it. It really felt like I was forcing myself to get out of the room because who wants to go all the way to the DR and sit in the hotel room because they're scared or because they have some anxiety? These were the things I was telling myself, like, "Ah, bitch, you scared. You really flew all the way out here to sit in the room. Ah, you a pussy." I talk really bad to myself, but sometimes that's how I get a response from myself. So I'm like, oh, I ain't no bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I got up every day, got up and was like, if I got to drink a little drink, I'm going to drink one. And they had some really good mariachis. Every time I go somewhere, can I get a mariachi? I don't remember what's in it. It's like a sweet coconut, mango. I don't know. I wrote down the recipe, so I'll share it with y'all if y'all really want to. But definitely, I definitely 100% recommend for people who like to travel to go to the DR if you haven't gone. Um, I've traveled to a lot of different places, but I love the beach. Like, you cannot take me away from the water, the beach. I'll visit anywhere in the world, but if you tell me they don't got no water, I'm gonna probably be a little disappointed. And you better have something really good to make up for it. So that's just what it was for me. So I really did enjoy myself. I hope that I get to go back soon. But I also got a lot of experience with myself. I did a lot of self reflecting. I did some writing. I did a lot of thinking, like deep thinking of things. And they were really all for me. So, I'm thinking of things to motivate me and to get me going. And I really felt my hustler mentality going berserk in my mind. Like, it was like, okay, you got to do this, this, and this, blah blah blah. Man, I decided to get up off my ass when I came back. I'm not letting depression hold me down, anxiety hold me down, nothing holding me down. Ain't no nigga holding me down. You know, ain't nothing holding me back. Ain't nothing holding me back. I'm coming for everything that's mine. So the trip was great. As soon as I got back, I was scheduled to do my very first interview at BSU, where I was supposed to hold an interview for Brian Thompson. That is the black man who designed the newest $100 bill, the blue face one that we all love so much. Yes, honey. And um, when I got back, it was the interview was the next day, but he ended up rescheduling it. But I still had an interview with Live Love Light mask. And it was amazing. I got right off the plane into the auditorium, it felt like, and was able to host my first interview with my co host, Gabby. And it was so amazing. I felt so liberated. Like, yes, if it wasn't for this trip, I probably wouldn't have as much self awareness and some of the things that I needed to move forward and start my career and start some of these things that I want to do because for so long I've been letting depression hold me back or PTSD holds me back, and just allowing it to consume me. And I hate when one thing about me, I give advice to my friends often because I I think I give pretty good advice. The problem is I don't listen to it. Yeah, that's the problem. So when I'm giving the advice, it's like I know what's right and what's wrong, but I don't know what I can do to get myself where I need to be. And there's no advice in my mind, there was no advice that you could give someone to get them out of depression. You know, you can kind of give them advice and hope that it aids them in their depression or hope that it aids them in some type of way. But the only way that you can really do it is to do it. And that's exactly what I did. I got up off my ass and did it. And you know what? I I am so happy for myself. I really just y'all, I really want y'all to understand how far I've come. I I am a person who I'm so social and I'm so like um I'm good with people, but that doesn't mean I like to do it. So I don't even like to go grocery shopping. Before I got my AirPods, I wouldn't go grocery shop. I don't like to be in a crowded place where there's other people. Anything could happen, and it's not like I'm saying strip club or nothing. I'm talking about a grocery store. That's one of the safer places. I don't like to go. That just explains how deep I am into this social anxiety and how long those chains have been on me. I and it's been for years. It's been this way since probably about 2016, maybe 2015. So when I got my AirPods, I was able to start listening to music and tune people out and basically live in my own world, not under you're not realizing or understanding isn't a good word either. Not acknowledging the presence of other people. I was always going straight for myself, you know, with these AirPods on. And I'm so blessed and so thankful. But now I feel like I'm just going all over the place. The main thing I want you all to get from this is that you can do it. I don't, if traveling is your thing, let it be your thing and do it. Don't go all the way somewhere else just to be held back. And that's what it took for me to be able to see that I cannot keep holding myself back. I broke those shackles. I broke them. And then when I took them off, I crushed them shit. So y'all gonna have to find some new ones to keep me in the house. Cause guess what, baby? It's 2022 and your girl is outside. So, so y'all gonna see me traveling again like I was last year. If I'm dolo, know that I'm not dolo. So don't try me because I keep it on me. But if I'm not, um, but yeah, if you see me, come on, let's travel together. If you're one of those people who like to travel, if not, do what you like to do, but don't let anything else hold you back. That's exactly where I am with it, and that's exactly where I'm gonna be with it until I find a better solution. Ain't nothing stopping me. I'm at the point where I'm finally choosing to do the career that I want to do, to focus on the studies that I want to focus on, to build a brand that I want to build, and to keep my income at a good and steady pace so that I can continue to grow and save and eventually purchase a home and big things like that, but start my family. Like everything that I have listed on my to do list, I promise you by the end of the year, it's going to be checked off. And I advise you all to do the same. Don't let anything or anybody hold you back. I personally am one of those people who loves extremely hard. And I don't mean like loves hard in that, oh, I just want to beat up on you and use the fact that I love you. I'm not even talk I'm not even talking about that because we gonna get on those people on another episode. I'm one of those people who, if I love you, I'm willing to break the bank. I'm willing to do whatever I gotta do to show you that I love you. And sometimes that means breaking my own heart. And I hate that I do that. So I've been I've been making better decisions as I move forward and basically advising other people to do the same. Like, everybody always compliments me, like when they haven't seen me in a while and they see me and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're glowing. You look so happy. You're doing so much better. I'm so proud of you." These are the comments. These are the compliments. These are the things I live for. Those comments are the reason that I keep going, because I always feel like I am just not enough. I'm not doing enough. I'm too far behind. I'll never be able to catch up. I'm moving too slow. When really I'm moving at my own pace, and I'm moving at a pretty damn good pace because I'm enjoying my life at the same time. That's like running through a museum or a art gallery or something. And you ran through it so you can say that you did it, but did you stop and did you see anything during your journey? I prefer the scenic route. I will always choose the scenic route. So if you're putting on a good show and you showing me something good while I'm moving forward, I'm gonna take my time, because it's slow and steady, you know, that is how you produce great results. And that's just where I am with it. And everything that I say probably seems like some type of philosophical mumbo jumbo, because I see a story in everything. I can make a story out of anything, but I can take my truth and turn it into something that is very interesting, something that is very beneficial for other people to hear or learn from or even teach me. I'm still learning and I am not afraid to learn. That's my favorite thing to do. I'm one of those people, I'll let somebody show me how to do something that I already know how to do just because I like to learn. And unless it's something like long and tedious, I'll let you show me your technique and then I'll share with you mine. That's just where I've always been with it. And I am so happy for my growth. I'm so happy for the changes that are coming in this year. I want you guys to keep your head up, keep your ears open, and keep your heart full, because there's so much that has yet to come, and we're gonna love it. We're gonna love it here, I promise you. So make sure y'all do those things, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.